Hello everyone, Cheek here with another Transformers review, and today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Legacy United Cosmos. Pretty much a reissue of Transformers Legacy, Velocitron, whatever, Cosmos, but it was a very hard figure to find. Never saw him in stores, and he sold out so quickly online, and they're just... yeah, I was never able to get him. Well, I could have shelled out like over $100 for him or however much it was, but I was like, no, not worth it. So I am just going to be sad and not have a Cosmos. That was until they decided to re-release him in the Legacy United line, and I was so excited when he was available for pre-order again. So I thought I should go ahead and get him while I had the chance. Cosmos, he's really cool. I think that he is, well, he's one that I've been waiting for a while, but one of the issues that he does have that they didn't fix, obviously because they just reissued him, is gaps in the forearms, which I might end up purchasing the third-party gap fillers for that. But other than that, like, he doesn't have too many gaps to worry about. I think it's funny that they decided to keep this flag from the Velocitron set, because I think it's supposed to be like, you know, he's the guy that waves the checkered flag for the race. But he's, even so, he's really cool. He's very G1 accurate, and I think he's so cool. I'm glad that I finally got a hold of him. His face is yellow with blue eyes with a red for the rest of his head. Looks really cool. I will admit that the little, and also that keeps wanting to flip, the little gap where his neck is, you can see the tiny little ball joint stem, so it does look a little awkward, so it's a good idea to have his head like that if you don't want to see it too much. Do like the painted detail on his chest, and he's just, you know, yellow and green and really cool. I will say, the gun looks pretty decent except for that hole, but that's so that the flag can go in there so that you can turn his gun into a flag with a handle, which I think is kind of silly and pointless, but I'll still probably keep the flag anyway. Articulation. The head is on a ball joint. He can look up and down a little bit, although he's kind of going into his own neck right there. Has a decent amount of wibbly wobbly, and can do a full 360. Arms can go out that far. Can do a full 360, although this tab has a tendency to pop loose if you're not careful. Does have bicep rotation, about 90-degree bend at the elbow. No wrist rotation due to transformation with the pin in there, which I'm glad they're pinned in so his hands don't pop off. Waist rotation. Legs go forward that far. Back that far. He can do the full splits. He has thigh rotation, about 90-degree bend at the knee, and he does have a little bit of ankle tiltage, and he is, like I said, really cool. I'm glad I was finally able to get him. I think got him through Hasbro Pulse when he came available. And for comparison, no, not G1 Cosmos, because he's packed away already, and also he's, well, I mean, pretty much this guy, except he's too inaccurate and G1 Cosmos isn't, and that wouldn't be a very fair comparison. Anyway, but I think this is Generations or Universe or something Cosmos. He came with a little space shuttle that turns into a handgun. He's like Scout or Legends class, so he's a bit smaller, turns into a more sleek UFO, so he's not as chonky as this Cosmos. And I was tempted to get rid of him, even though he is old and well, I guess it's just this one shoulder that's loose, but I've had him for a while, and now that I finally have this Cosmos, it's like, do I still want him? I think the answer is yes. And here we have Cosmos in his UFO mode, and my oh my oh my, is he tune accurate and chonky, really big old tall Japanese style UFO, and he fills out quite well. Like it doesn't look too hollow. The only hollow part really is right here, and that does have a tendency to push down if you're not too careful. But yeah, it's pretty much just a very basic but cool UFO, maybe goofy if you want to call it that. And there are places you can store the gun and flag. You can put it on the back, but obviously you can see the gun sticking out. So I think the best place to store it, if you're going to store it on him, is on the side, like right there. As then he has a little gun right there, and that goes with those two tiny little guns on the front. So I think that is pretty cool, but honestly I'm probably just going to keep him like this for his UFO mode. And for comparison, again, we have this little Cosmos, which is not G1 accurate, but I think captures the spirit of G1 Cosmos, just updated to be sleeker, and he actually covers himself up a little bit better on the bottom than this Cosmos does, giving him a more rounded look. But he is pretty cool, but just not G1 accurate, but I still like it as an alternate version of Cosmos. So that's about it for Transformers Legacy United Cosmos. Definitely as good as I thought he was going to be. Absolutely love him. Even with the gaps in his forearms, I am so glad I was finally able to get him. Even though he's even though it took a lot longer than I would have liked, definitely worth the wait and not having to pay an astronomical price. But if you like G1 Cosmos, I highly recommend getting them again before they sell out or whatever, when you have to pay higher prices. But considering they re-released, hopefully it will never be as expensive as it was after the initial release. But yeah, if you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.